Uh, Dear students, you are welcome back to my second phase, second session. In the previous session, I was just uh, summarizing the lesson. Just some slides, uh, some portion of the plot is remaining. So we'll complete this. Then we'll discuss the main idea of the lesson. If time remains, we'll watch a video also. I have kept one video on the background. So I'll be taking you to the YouTube link after completing the summary. So let's hope the time will favor us. So uh, when the giant saw a young boy there in one corner of the garden, he went there and he put the boy on the top of the tree, and immediately the tree blossomed at once. The boy was also so happy. He kissed the giant. Okay, this scene is here. So after this, what happened? Okay, what happened after this? I have already told you that the heart of the giant melted. He realized his mistake. Now onwards, he wanted to be good. He wanted to allow the children to play in his garden. Okay, and then when the children who had run away earlier, being frightened, saw the giant talking to this small child, let's say putting this child on the branch of the tree, they thought that the giant would not harm them. So again, they came back. They returned to the garden again. And when they returned to the garden got the greenery again. Spring season, okay, let's say, started in the garden again, resumed in the garden again. This happened. And the giant, what he did after that, he took an axe or a bunch of you. Look at the screen. He took an axe and broke down the walls of the garden so that all the children could enter inside very freely. See here, let me read this paragraph. The other children, realizing that the giant is not wicked, wicked means very evil, bad, came back. जब त्यो नराम्रो होइन रहेछ, अब यसले चाहिँ यो इभिल होइन कि जस्तो लाग्यो, यसले हामीलाई हार्म गर्दैन जस्तो लागिसकेपछि उनीहरू फिर्ता भए. The spring came back with them again. बच्चाहरू जता जता गए उतै उनीहरूले चाहिँ स्प्रिङ सिजन लिएर जाने रहेछ. The spring came back with them. The giant used to play with the children every afternoon, but that little boy was nowhere to be seen. Okay, it means what? अब उसले पर्खालहरू पनि भत्कायो, साथी बने उनीहरू. The giant used to play with these children, small children. But in the evening, the giant did not see the small child whom he helped. Okay, so all day long they played, and in the evening the children came to the giant to bid him goodbye. But he did not see, he could not see the small child. So he asked, "Where is your friend? Where is your little companion?" Companion means friend. He said. And the children replied, "We don't know." Answered the children, "He has gone away." Uta gaisakyo. And the giant said, "You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow." उसलाई जरुर भन्नु है, भोलि यहाँ आउनु भनेर. The giant said. But the children said that they did not know where he lived. हामीलाई कहाँ छ उ थाहा छैन, कसरी भन्ने? They said. So this happened. Days passed. Every afternoon, when the school was over, the children came and played with the giant. But the little boy whom he helped, whom he put on the branch of the tree, was never seen again. त्यो सानो केटा चाहिँ कहिले पनि देखिएन. The giant was very kind to the children after that. ऊ धेरै दयालु भयो बच्चाप्रति. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि गार्डनमा पनि त्यो ब्युटी रहिरह्यो. Okay. Years passed. The giant grew older also. He grew very old and feeble. Feeble means weak. Kamzor pani bhayo. He could not play with the children. Okay. He would sit on the chair and watch the children playing in his garden. He enjoyed that. And what he would say? I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. He said, पहिला बच्चालाई त्यसरी दबाउने उसले अन्तिममा के भन्छ? I have many beautiful flowers, but children are the most beautiful flowers of all. He said. One winter morning, when he looked out of his window, at the time he was dressing, he saw winter season outside. It was natural change. Winter चाहिँ अब natural change को रूपमा winter season आयो. तर in one corner of the garden there was spring season. अगाडि चाहिँ सबैतिर winter एउटा के अरे सबैतिर spring एउटा कर्नरमा चाहिँ winter थियो भने अहिले ठ्याक्कै opposite भयो. In one corner there was winter season. भनेको there was spring season. winter season मा पनि spring जस्तो देखिन्थ्यो. त्यहाँ चाहिँ एउटा रुखमा चाहिँ त्यो ढकमक्क फुलेका फुलहरू त्यस्तो अवस्था देखिन्थ्यो. Okay, he looked and looked. It certainly was a marvelous sight, wonderful sight. In the farthest corner of the garden there was a tree covered with lovely white blossoms. Its branches were all golden like this, and under the tree there was a small boy, little boy. He was the same boy whom he helped in the past. He was the same boy. When the giant saw this boy, he became happy and he ran towards him to meet him. Okay, त्यहाँ गयो उसलाई भेट्नको लागि. He went there. When we reached near, okay, he saw that the boy was wounded. There were wounds on the hand and on the feet. दुवैतिर, on the palmमा पनि घाउ थियो, खुट्टामा पनि घाउ थियो. There were the prints of the nails on the palm as well as on the feet. Prints or marks of the nail. किला ठोकिएको, काटी ठोकिएका घाउहरू हातमा पनि अनि खुट्टामा पनि थियो. The giant saw this condition of this small boy. Yes, and he became so angry. ऊ रिसायो अब. He was so angry seeing the condition of this boy. And he, in anger, he said, he asked, who hath dared to wound thee? Who hath, H-A-T-S, hath means has, dared to wound, W-O-U-N-D, wound thee. Thee means you. Means, who has dared to wound you? तिमीलाई कसले यसरी आक्रमण गर्ने, चोट पुर्याउने धृष्टता गर्यो? Who has dared to wound you on the palms and on the feet? दुईटा काटीहरु ठोकेको चाहिँ नील नै रहेछ, मार्क नै रहेछ त्यहाँ. There were the prints of 2 nails, okay, on the palm and on the little feet also, खुट्टामा पनि. Who has dared to wound thee? Cried the giant. Tell me, I have a big sword. मसँग ठुलो तरवार छ. I'll slay him. I'll slaughter him. Tell me who did this? कसले यसो गर्यो? म त्यो तरवारले छिनाल्छु त्यसलाई. He said. But that time, the little boy replied, Nay, means no, Old English. Nay, answered the child. These are the wounds of love. The child said, the little boy said, these are the wounds of love. ए मायाका घाउहरू हुन्. Please don't do anything to them. अब यो वास्तवमा यो कसलाई कहाँसँग जोडेको छ भने it can be associated with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. क्राइस्टलाई चाहिँ ज्यूजहरूले चाहिँ त्यसरी नेल हालेर चाहिँ मारेका थिए नि जीसस क्राइस्टलाई. Maybe this boy was the God, Jesus Christ. Okay, this one. So these are the wounds of love. अनि क्राइस्टले के भनेको छ भने कसैले हामीलाई हार्म गर्छ भने कसैले हामीलाई चोट पुर्याउँछ भने पनि हामी माफी दिन तयार हुनुपर्छ. Forgiveness is the greatest worship of God. माफी दिनु भनेको संसारको सबैभन्दा ठुलो पूजा हो. त्यही भएर these are the wounds of love, he said. And after that, the old man maybe understood that the child was not only child, the child was God. Okay, then what happened, you know? Who art thou? Tapai ko ho ta, timi ko ho. Who art thou? Who art thou means who are you? Who are you? Said the giant. And then after that, a kind of strange feeling of respect, feeling of respect, feeling of fear emerged. And he knelt down before the child. बच्चाको अगाडि त्यो केटाको अगाडि चाहिँ उनी झुके. बुढो त्यो राक्षस दानव झुक्यो. He knelt down before the little boy. Okay, yes, he knelt before the little child, and the child smiled on the giant. He smiled on the giant. He smiled and said to him, what he said at the end, you let me play once in your garden. You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise. तपाईले मलाई तपाईको गार्डनमा एकपटक खेल्न दिनुभयो, तर आज म तपाईको गार्डनमा खेल्ने होइन, तपाई मेरो गार्डनमा खेल्न आउनु होला. You come to my garden to play. And that is the garden of paradise. Paradise भनेको स्वर्ग, स्वर्गको बगैँचा. You come to the garden of paradise. You come to paradise, he said. Okay, so this happened, and after that the child went away. And in the evening, in the afternoon, the school children again came back to play there in the garden. बच्चाहरू फेरि आए. The surprising thing was what? Under the same tree, they saw the giant lying dead. They found the giant lying dead under the tree. त्यही रुख मुनि चाहिँ giant लडिरहेको र उसको शरीर मृत भइसकेको देखे. And the dead body was full of, covered with the white blossoms, white flowers. अगाडिपट्टि मेरो बगैँचामा आउनुस् भनेको थियो नि त. सायद भगवानले भनेर गएको होला. अब भगवानको बगैँचामा जानको लागि त मान्छे मर्नु पर्छ नि त. सायद यो यति राम्रो परोपकारको काम बच्चाहरूलाई चाहिँ खुसी थिए. पहिला गल्ती गरे पनि पछि चाहिँ उले रियलाइजेसन गरेर चाहिँ आफ्नो गल्ती महसुस गरेर बच्चाहरूलाई चाहिँ आफ्नो ठाउँमा आफ्नो घर अगाडि गार्डनमा खुला दिलले चाहिँ खेल्न दिइसकेपछि भगवानले उनको पापलाई पनि पखाल्दिए र यो मान्छेलाई चाहिँ अब चाहिँ स्वर्गमा बोलाए. अनि सायद त्यही भएर होला बुढा भइसके पनि थिए, उनी मरिसकेपछि उनीलाई भगवानले स्वर्गमा लगे. Okay, maybe we can guess. It is not said here, but we can guess that. Okay, He was taken to the heaven, to the garden of paradise. So this is the story, the selfish giant. Now, what do we learn from this story? From this story, we learn the message that selfishness is not good. Selfishness is ultimately self-defeating. See the first line here? The key theme in this story is that selfishness, swarthipan, is ultimately self-defeating. स्वार्थीपनले हामीलाई अन्तिममा आफैलाई पराजय गर्छ. सेल्फ डिस्ट्रक्टिभ, हामीलाई आफैलाई नोक्सान गर्छ. And as these actions result in misery, we should not be selfish. That's why it is better to share our possession, हाम्रा सम्पत्तिहरू, हाम्रो पोजेसन, हामीसँग जे छ, we have to share with others, then to keep them for ourselves. Because generosity creates happiness for us, for other people also, while as selfishness creates misery. We have to love and share our happiness with everyone. Bad deeds are always punished, and good deeds are always rewarded by the God. So happiness to other, giving happiness to other will make us feel happy in our life as well. And we should love our children. We should love others, especially children, as much as we can, because children are the symbols of God. And we have to, when we commit something, when we do something bad also, we should not feel any hesitation to change ourselves, to ask forgiveness, to realize our mistake. हामीले आफ्नो मिस्टेक गरेको छ भने पनि जानेर नजानेर गरेका मिस्टेकहरुको रियलाइजेसन गर्नुपर्छ र समयक्रममा चेन्ज हुनुपर्छ. चेन्ज भइसकेपछि पनि भगवानले हामीलाई चाहिँ न्याय दिन्छ. So these are the messages the writer wants to convey through this lesson. Dear students, actually my plan was to present the videos also, but time is over. So I suggest all the students to watch the YouTube videos. Many videos are available there on YouTube. Okay, you watch some videos.